Hey, welcome to Late Night Football Talk. I'm your host, Nick Manzaro. Today I got last show. We recapping the Super Bowl Sunday, Chiefs versus Eagles. Today I got Drew on my right and Joe on my left. So guys, what'd you guys think?
I think it was a great Super Bowl. I mean,
I thought it was terrible.
it was exciting.
It was a pretty good game.
Came down to the last drive, and what more can you ask for?
Oh, you can ask for someone
It was
not
a
to throw a
shootout.
flag.
Oh my god!
I mean, don't throw a flag on an obvious penalty.
It was
know?
in my eyes.
wasn't
It's
obvious.
obvious,
It wasn't
when you're
obvious.
holding twice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the tug of the arm, then it's the tug at the hip.
Mm-hmm.
One, you could probably get away with and let that play out, but two in the same play, you know.
I see. Would it really have mattered if they just didn't throw that?
Well,
no,
I mean,
I feel like that game was over. They had 3 timeouts. I mean, they were out of their timeouts.
they had
Yes.
one at that time. The Eagles
They
still
did,
had a timeout.
But still, the 2-minute warning was gone. They had 1 timeout. Their only prayer was Hurts and A.J. Brown, or Hurts or Smith, to get a long
think if
bomb,
somehow
which
they
they
were-
could.
Yeah.
But
I think if somehow they were able to stop them, they would have had like a minute left rather than 8 seconds.
yeah, correct.
That's huge.
Well, it's huge, but when
Especially with
no
A.J.
timeouts
Brown.
or 1 timeout, that's
Yeah.
it's a big deal.
I sit at the side of like, what would have happened if he didn't get held? Would he have, caught the ball and got a first down? We don't really know because he got held. So we want to blame the officials about making that call, but like, why are we not blaming the guy that came out and even said that he did hold him? He was just hoping the officials wouldn't call it.
Yeah, because they hold on like every play.
No, that's not true. They don't do
do.
the obvious jersey tug on every play.
Correct.
There is a hold on every play.
That wasn't that bad.
It was he pulled his jersey. It stopped his momentum.
And he held his arm. So, I mean, in 2 spots. Well, like I said, 1 I feel like he could have got away with. They were letting him play. There wasn't many penalties.
No.
But when you see an obvious hip and then you see an obvious arm or vice versa, whatever which one was first, you got to call that. I feel like. Do I think it would have made a difference? No, I don't. I mean, Jalen Hurts played absolutely out of his mind. Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, out of their minds. But with no timeouts,
The
and
defense was under
having a
par.
minute left.
Defense was under par. The Eagles' offense actually played really good.
No, the
know who
both
played-
offenses played great.
You know who played amazing? Goddard. Did you see the catches he was making?
Goddard was pretty good. Yeah,
Holy
absolutely.
shit. That guy should
Absolutely.
go to sleep. He probably slept like a baby.
Yeah.
And like, hey, I did everything I could.
Yeah.
I mean, Jalen Hurts was the best player on the field.
I think he played better than Mahomes. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
His numbers were
degree.
better.
To a degree,
Definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like
absolutely.
Mahomes,
mean,
would have
Mahomes
played a lot
first-
better if he didn't have an ankle injury.
Mahomes
Mahomes'
would have
first
played a lot
half
better without
sucked.
an ankle injury.
Huh?
Mahomes' first half sucked.
I mean, it didn't really suck. He just
In comparison.
well
say.
in comparison, they had that long drive, and then Jalen Hurts fumbled, and they had a defensive touchdown. So Mahomes wasn't even on the field. Like he had 2-3 drives in the first half altogether, compared to Jalen Hurts' 5 or 6.
Yep.
Like that was the real difference.
Jalen Hurts, I will say, in the third quarter, everything's petered out.
Yeah.
What really
Yeah.
surprised me was in the fourth when I thought they were going to crumble. Pressure on. He had that one drive, fucking took it.
You know what I also think? I think a lot of players held back. That field looked slippery for
Holy
whatever
shit,
reason.
did that look
Yeah.
bad. I
It
was
looked
texting
like
you
they
guys
were
that.
playing like with ice skates.
One of the
on.
guys said later, and it was an Eagles player, so
Jason
to me,
Kelce.
No, Eagles player. Oh, Jason Kelsey? No,
Yeah.
there's another guy. I
He
thought.
said something.
One of them
Yeah.
said it was the worst field they've ever played on. I think it was.
This field was actually rolled into the stadium. I heard. This wasn't.
No, the Chiefs said something about this because they played the Cardinals in Week 1, and the Chiefs said that the field was an issue then as well. They said it's new grass that they were trying
It's like
out
turf,
this year.
but it's not turf. It's like artificially real, whatever.
It reminded me.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the Bucks game in Germany on the soccer field?
No.
If you watched
Yeah.
that game, they were
Oh,
slipping.
yes, I did.
They were slipping everywhere.
Yeah.
Brady had like
Yeah.
that completely slipped when he
Yeah.
went for a pass.
I think
That
all
reminded
in
me
all,
of
they
this.
need to just go back to grass.
Or
this is grass right here.
newly, like not new grass. 'Cause it
Correct.
needs to have
Yeah.
strong roots.
Yes.
But you can't. I mean, in all reality,
Turf. I mean, everyone's tearing their ACL.
but
and
but
then
you can't have grass everywhere because grass in the wintertime in New England doesn't live. Like I mean, they would have to.
Yeah, outdoor stadiums you can't do it.
You can't do it. So
Well,
I mean,
they have but they do have covers you can put over it, so you can do it in
And
some
they can
ways.
put-
yeah, but
keep
it's
it
still not
heated.
going to be.
No, I know what you mean,
Yeah.
but
it's going to cost a lot of money.
yeah,
Yeah.
No,
You know. But I mean that field in that condition, it felt like
even
like
the
check-
kicker. Did you see the
Yeah, the kicker. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
his ankle. Yeah, that looked
I was
pretty
like,
rough.
oh my god.
In all reality, the Eagles were having a much bigger issue with it than the Chiefs. So they said like all of the Eagles players changed out their cleats. None of the Chiefs changed their cleats. They said.
I think it was I think it was the defensive players having the biggest issues. Both teams.
Jalen Hurts also
sure.
changed out his cleats too.
Yeah.
They were like, "Yo," I saw a meme. It was like, "Yo, this is what happened. He changed his cleats."
So big. I think the biggest fuck up for the Eagles was as much as I want to praise Jalen Hurts, it was his fumble.
Yeah.
That changed everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it didn't change everything.
If they score on that drive, like I think they would have.
It didn't change everything because they were up 24-14 going into halftime. After that fumble, they were
could have
still
been up. They could have been up 24-7.
Who
Yeah,
says
we
that,
don't-
who
we don't-
says
we don't
they
talk about
score them
couldas,
now?
though.
What?
Who says
We
they
don't
go down
talk
and
about
score them,
couldas.
too?
You know.
I'm sorry. What?
Who says they score if they don't fumble?
Oh no, because I think they were moving it pretty good.
Yeah, but any drive can be stopped.
I guess so.
You know.
That was a third down fumble. It wasn't like it was first down, second down. It was third down, and I think it was 3rd and 8 or something, a 3rd and longer.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I have no issue with that. They were up 10 points in the second half.
Yeah.
Start the second half, they were up 10. They should have, carried that lead and kept going. It's the second biggest comeback in Super Bowl history.
10 points.
Yeah.
I mean,
Crazy.
it's no 28 to.
You know who
Just
else
saying.
I feel like we didn't talk about enough is correct me with the name, Isaiah Pacheco.
Oh,
Or
awesome.
Pacheco.
Played great.
That kid played
Awesome.
he ran hard on every play.
Yeah.
You didn't see no stutter. You saw him actually like going at people.
Yeah, I think
lowering his
I even
shoulder.
mentioned to Joe, dude, that hit that he got too
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
Gardner Johnson, right?
Yep.
That who did it? And then Gardner Johnson did it again, I think, and hit him right in the knees
Mhm.
to take him out to save yardage.
Yeah.
Gardner Johnson played great. I wish they would have like had some picks, but there wasn't any of that really.
No.
Besides the fumble, I mean that was pretty much it.
Yeah, there was no
The
real
special
big-
teams for the Eagles also fucked up. wicked
No, they
bad.
didn't. No, we need to talk about that. You said that earlier this week, but they didn't because if you see, I forget his name, Kadarius Toney.
Yep.
He was running up to catch the ball. He ran into an entire wall of Eagles guys. Toney made an athletic play and turned around and ran to the opposite side of the field. There was nothing wrong with what the special teams did. It was just Kadarius Toney being smart enough to realize
And quick.
He's
He's
that
fast.
he can't go anywhere further up here, and he turned completely around and went to the other side of the field.
I bet if they had Tyreek Hill on that play, he would have probably did the same thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
They're both very, very
Yeah.
fast, and that's why they went after Kadarius because they needed the speed. And Sky Moore as well. They're gonna start. I bet you we're gonna see Sky Moore more next season.
Yeah.
because
I hope
his
so.
speed is ridiculous.
Well, because they're gonna have. Well, they're all right. So some of their free agents, obviously, it's Wednesday, so we can talk free agents. The Chiefs won. I know we haven't talked. We didn't really mention much of that, but Chiefs won. Some of the free agents that are going. Orlando Brown, the left tackle.
Yeah.
He's up.
Isn't Juju?
Juju's
Fisher?
up. That was a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
There's a big thing between Juju and AJ Brown. I don't get why he's throwing shade.
Who's throwing shade?
AJ Brown.
He's not throwing
No,
shade.
no, Juju did.
Juju did the thing with
Who's the
about James
player?
Bradbury. You know,
That was it.
I'll hold you when it counts. He put that little
Yeah.
meme out there, the
Yeah.
Valentine's
and
Day
then
card.
AJ Brown came back with basically like, look it, congratulations, you guys deserve it.
Mhm.
But that's lame. Don't
Yeah.
basically.
I'll-
He basically said you're a nobody, Juju. Like you weren't good on the Steelers, but for 1 year, you were replaced.
he was
you're
saying
really
his
not
career
that
was going
good
to be
right now.
over, and
Yeah.
this just helped him out. Which, I mean, I will say this: Mahomes makes pretty much the whole offense. So that offense is great. I think it's an Andy Reid thing, also, but
I mean,
I mean, yes and no. I mean, Mahomes' magic is legit, dude. With some of the things he does.
he's a good talent. I'm just
You know.
saying, I do think there's a scheme here that's awesome.
They do got a good scheme, but what's the scheme? Not having an offensive lines to protect him.
No, he has
And
a
he's
good
scrambling
offensive
consistently?
line. I think that's one of the big changes
I
they
saw him
made.
scrambling almost every single play.
dude, that offensive line was awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't see
They
that.
they,
this
they
year.
were no, not this year. They were awesome in this game. They were one of the best offensive lines during the season.
That
but
defensive line is a terror.
they're
Look at,
left.
like even the Eagles' offensive line did not play as good as the Chiefs'
Yeah.
offensive
I
line.
they
will
were.
say,
They were both awesome.
yeah, and I will say, Devontae
He was running
Smith,
way more, and I didn't understand. Sorry about. I didn't understand why the Eagles were playing like 5 to 7 yards, and they kept coming up short. Like they threw the occasional deep bomb.
Well,
But
yeah.
they're playing like Jalen Hurts was kind of scrambling, and then he would throw like 5 to 7 yards and be short of the first. It would drive me freaking crazy.
You didn't watch the Eagles at all this year then because that's how they played. They got a lead, and then their defense was able to bring pressure and hold that lead.
Well, they ran
And
the
that's
ball
it.
a lot more. But they couldn't run the ball here.
Yeah, they weren't able to run the ball because
Yeah,
Chiefs.
but that was a
D-line
huge point of their
was
season.
insane. Yeah, exactly. This is what they were. They're a power run team
But they didn't run much here at all.
because they couldn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jalen
But they
Hurts
were
was
up.
the only one that was.
And they were up.
He had 73 yards,
Yeah.
I think.
Well, they were running because Jalen Hurts was running.
374 yards passing,
Yeah.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome. I think, actually, did Mahomes even break 200?
No,
He had
180.
182 yards, 21 for 27, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Even Kelsey had a couple good catches. He was wide open. You know, I'm an
Pacheco
anti-Kelsey
had
guy,
76 yards alone,
Yeah.
too.
Who the hell? Chris Jones. I didn't think he had as big of a night. Like, you know, he's usually a game breaker for them on the defense.
Yeah,
Like,
I
he
mean,
was just solid but silent, like nothing crazy.
they couldn't run the ball except for
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts. So
Exactly.
I mean,
But he
that's what he was needed for, basically.
Yeah, but you know, like he came in being like the most pressures.
I have
No
a correction.
sacks.
I have a correction. It was 304 yards for Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't
Plus
370, but I
Yeah.
didn't know what it was.
I was thinking of his
wasn't gonna.
rushing.
Plus
combined.
73 rushing.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the Chiefs' defensive line was awesome. I mean, you're saying that Chris Jones wasn't impactful, but he was.
No,
he just wasn't
I-
pressuring the quarterback
Yeah,
at all.
that's exactly
because
what I'm saying.
the Eagles' offensive line is a great pass-blocking offensive line. So, I mean,
Yeah, I'm saying he didn't come off your TV. Is all I'm trying. That's all I was saying. I was saying he was solid.
oh, yeah, he was.
just didn't
yeah.
come off your TV.
Yeah.
None of the
because
guys.
because
I mean-
everybody just thinks about, pass rushing when they're talking about the defensive line. Like, no, he did exactly what he was supposed to do. He held his gap. He stopped them from running the ball, except for Jalen Hurts, because when you have a quarterback that can run, it's a lot different.
It is.
Yeah,
But,
hit that scramble up the sideline.
Yeah.
That like saved that whole drive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I will say this though: complete blown coverages twice.
Yeah.
For touchdowns.
Oh well.
Complete breakdowns. They're wide open.
Yeah.
No one's even on that side of the field.
Well. I mean, the first one was really bad, but the second one was Sky Moore had the second one, right? Yeah. He starts running across the field, and James Bradbury is starting to chase him over.
No,
Because
Sky Moore didn't have that one. Someone else did.
No, I know you're talking about though. The guy he went to go
Kadarius
rush
had the
to go.
first one.
So
He acted-
Kelsey had one. Kadarius Tony had
And
one.
Sky
Oh,
Moore.
Sky Moore did have
Yeah.
one. I
It was the
looking
only
at
catches they had the
rushing.
whole game.
Yeah, I
Sky
think
Moore
so.
and Kadarius Toney only had one catch and they're both
Yeah.
touchdowns.
So Sky Moore was starting to run across the field. James Bradbury was going to chase him because he knows, like, if
There
he
was that
gets there
play
first, I'm not going to be able to catch him.
Yeah,
And then he
'cause-
cut and turned around, and that's what it killed him.
Real quick, like
They
yeah.
needed to play zone defense there, not a man coverage.
I also think too, if you flip the script and the Eagles were in the position Kansas City was, they would have ran down the clock and scored a touchdown to win that game. I feel like whoever had the ball last, no matter who was up or who
was
was
right there,
down,
too.
yeah, right there. Whoever was up or down was winning that game right
Well,
there
I
because
think
they were
it was
only
smart
down
not
by a
to-
touchdown or up by a touchdown.
It was smart not to score the touchdown. Though.
No, it was
Absolutely.
genius. He wanted it bad.
That's
You
what,
could
the
tell,
Patriots
but
would have
then
done the same thing. I mean, I guarantee Bill is having everyone watch the film.
Yeah. Let's talk about something funny real quick. Did y'all see what Melvin Gordon came out with?
Oh yeah, what the hell was up with that?
He was like, my ass got carried and I got a ring. He was like, and I ain't even had to do nothing.
That's
Melvin Gordon?
yeah.
yeah.
He's on the Chiefs.
He had a cigar in his mouth and the trophy in his hand. It's
Yeah.
like really,
Melvin,
dude.
Who's Melvin Gordon? The running back?
running back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was on the Broncos?
Yeah.
He's on the Chiefs?
Yeah, he got traded halfway through the season.
I had no fucking idea.
Yeah.
Oh, he got cut. I think
No, he got. It was a trade. I'm pretty sure, wasn't it?
No shit.
Look that up for me.
Yeah, I have no idea. I didn't even realize that.
I thought they cut him because he fumbled again, but
This is something that I'm big on. Like, they
Well,
need to
Ronald
get rid
Jones,
of.
too.
They need to get rid of this bullshit. Like, this is the most sickening thing I can see.
oh, you mean the extended time to keep pushing?
Yeah. It's
when
fucking
you're going
nonsense.
for
You
QB
sh-
sneaks.
if you're pushing from behind, it should be a freaking penalty. Like, you should not be able to push the person forward.
They signed him. You were right. They just signed him.
Yeah. Okay.
It just is following
Yeah.
a messy end with the Broncos.
Because he got cut as soon as he fumbled again. They were like, see.
Like, I have no issue with you pushing if it's like an actual run play or something.
I know what you mean.
But
What's
like
really
to just
tough,
hand
though-
the ball to a quarterback and then just allow people to push him, it's just it's nonsense to
Now,
me.
even Brady, who's known for the QB sneaks, obviously.
But he doesn't do it that way.
No, he doesn't even do it that way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, remember when Mahomes had people pushing him? He fucking
Yeah, dislocated
dislocated his kneecap.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, I don't care about the injury wise because I mean, the injuries don't really bother me. That's a part of the game, and people are going to get hurt. So, but it's just I think it's an unfair advantage to the defense. Like it's a disadvantage for them, and it's not right. You're
Yeah, but
already
you know what, though?
disadvantaging the defense enough.
Same thing with runs like this. where,
That's-
like,
no,
they can't
no.
even come near the guy.
Yeah, but that's completely different.
No, because he's running. He can be running vertically up the sideline. It's like, oh, if you go over to him, he just steps out at the last minute, and you're going to get a penalty. It drives me fucking crazy.
Yeah, no.
I think it's gone too overboard with
No,
that.
no, because they did make a different change this year that they weren't calling penalties on people that were tiptoeing up the sideline. They were making a change. They said we're not going to protect them as much if they're refusing to go out of bounds.
Like, yeah, like we're watching
Nick,
stuff
come on,
broken
there's the
down.
hold
There's
right
the hold
there.
That's really not that bad.
He grabbed his arm right before
I
that.
let it go. Scotty Miller got mauled this year.
Rewind
Way worse
that.
than that.
We'll show it again.
Dude,
I can do it again.
You can see the jersey tug. It's obvious. This shit. I don't really,
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't have called it because it's too big of a game for that.
Again, I mean, you have to look at it one way or the other. Like, did that jersey tug affect the play to where maybe he would have got open real fast, he would have got the ball and would have got a first down?
It's the same thing if it didn't get called. Then it would have been like, oh, they're fucking the Chiefs.
Exactly. That's the issue.
Oh, now they're screwing the
is
Eagles.
that-
No, they're the referees.
Yeah, they're.
You know what drove me a little crazy is how Jalen Hurts couldn't throw it. It got to be a shoulder injury, right?
Yeah, he has
only
a
threw it
shoulder
like
injury.
45, 50 yards.
Yeah.
But he threw it further than that earlier in the game.
No, I know.
Yeah,
but it was crazy
so-
on that play how he couldn't get it deeper.
No, I mean, he had fucking 70 yards to throw it. Like, he's trying to throw it that far, but sometimes when you try too hard to do something, it ain't gonna happen.
Those
Like,
plays rarely ever work. Like
Yeah.
the Miracle in Miami is like one of the only times I can think of.
yeah.
I also,
It has to be stuff like that.
I also think
No, Aaron Rodgers has a few.
Those
Hail
are
Marys.
complete luck too, though.
Yeah, of course they are.
Complete luck.
Of course they are.
Or you have like the AJ Green one where it bounces off somebody else and you just run in with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He did a ton of those.
I also think that Jalen Hurts probably should have won MVP.
Yeah, he should have, but I
Yeah.
mean, you
No,
don't,
the
you don't
winning
give a losing
quarterback
team.
wins. See, that's why I was bringing up no one jumped off the field because like what other player is going to get it on the Chiefs? They all had a quiet night.
Kelsey was quiet.
I mean, he had a
Well,
touchdown,
Kelsey-
but like yeah.
Well,
so did-
Kelsey had 6 receptions for 81 yards
Yeah.
and 1 touchdown.
But like that was the first half mainly.
Yeah.
It actually was like the first quarter and a half.
You know what it was is everyone really got involved with the Chiefs. Everyone like just real quick, McKinnon 34 yards, Sky Moore he had
Yeah.
1 play. But
It was
4 yards.
quiet. It was just
But yeah, then you got Juju 53.
there was a lot of
Watson,
football.
18.
Not that the scoring wasn't as crazy as you think. Like honestly, a lot of the offensive stuff I remember is not from the Chiefs because they scored so quickly.
Yeah.
It's because the Eagles had so much time of possession that they would just do like 12-play drives rather than the Chiefs are doing like 6 to 7.
And it's crazy to me that Dallas, how do you say it?
Goddard. Dude, those
AJ Brown
catches.
and Devontae Smith all had 60 for Goddard, 96 for AJ Brown, and 100 yards. And that's off of 7 receptions, 6 receptions, 6 receptions.
No, they played great.
They
It's-
literally played.
It's you know what it was too. The Eagles defense did let them down. So one of my arguments with Joe was like, hey, you should be looking at how they gave up 10 points or gave up their lead.
What happened to their timeouts there at the end of the game? Why were they out of timeouts when it came to that holding call?
So one of them was for an injury.
No,
No, I think one of them for the Eagles. One
No.
of them was for an injury, wasn't it?
no. One of them was they took a delay of game early
That's
in the
what it
third
was.
quarter,
And he called,
then
yeah.
the second time he took the delay
He
of game
took the-
first. He refused to take the delay of game the second time when they were
Yes,
running
bad
out.
exactly.
coaching,
Yep.
I
So-
feel.
Yep. Because it was
Right?
they couldn't take the delay.
No,
game.
I don't think it was bad coaching at all.
No?
No, I mean sometimes you just you don't get a play in, you don't get your substitutions.
I know
in
it's
fast
Super Bowl
enough.
though. You really need
Yeah.
to like.
But
keep
that was
those
one of those
timeouts.
times. Yeah, and sometimes it's actually you're just not communicated enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that was the drive that they needed to take the timeout because they needed to score.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was pretty crazy. So I mean, I understand how Mahomes is MVP, but obviously, I just don't think it was a stellar performance. It was just
Oh, he
it
was
was
awesome.
good enough to win.
He was awesome.
For
Let's
the
not
182 yards he threw.
let's not act like Mahomes wasn't awesome for what he did.
With
like-
a high ankle sprain.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about even without
He was
that.
almost perfect. He only missed 6
I mean,
passes.
Absolutely, he was awesome,
I don't think the high ankle sprain
Like-
really hurt him.
but he had a high ankle sprain.
No, but I mean, I don't even think. Look, the guy
For a
he wasn't-
scrambling
he was
QB.
still running around the whole game.
You're right, but he still
And
had a
that's
high
why he's
ankle
under
sprain.
investigation.
No, but
but you're saying like, oh, he was still running around. Yeah, but that's exactly the point.
He only had 44 yards for.
He had a high
rushing.
it was all in like
sprain.
one play.
Yeah.
It's
And that was all like one play.
Pretty much. Yeah.
No, but he was running around a decent amount.
But it's
And-
because he was just dealing with the pain. Like, I mean,
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So bad.
What
I
he
know,
should
but
be under investigation for is handing the Lombardi Trophy to a fan during the parade today.
I see people talking about like, oh, Brady had a torn MCL in the Bucs Super Bowl against the
He's
Chiefs.
not a scrambling QB.
Yeah, who the fuck cares about
No,
Brady's?
he's not scrambling, but also they didn't do it until after the postseason is when you heard about it in the offseason.
Yeah.
That's
Is
how
that
it
when
should
they
happen.
lost?
I love that shit. I hate when you know. Okay, can I just
right,
give?
well-
You know why I'm doing this? You know why
Oh,
I'm doing
no.
this?
Well,
It nothing to do with Brady at all.
Okay.
I can't stand when I saw a meme today with Willy Wonka, him like limping, and he does like a front flip, and it was like Mahomes when he's hurt, and that it's the now before Mahomes did it, I used to see this with Aaron Rodgers. I'm just being consistent on me because I used to fucking go crazy when Aaron Rodgers would be limping. He's hurt, he's on the ground, he's rolling, and then he's like limping to the sideline, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh, scrambling, he's sprinting. It's like no big deal.
Dude, it gets numb after a while.
Mahomes does the same shit.
It gets
Yeah.
numb after a while.
Drives me fucking crazy.
people are hurt though. Like I don't understand. Like what why does it make you angry? Because Tom Brady barely moves.
I wasn't bringing up.
No,
Brady.
I know, but Philip Rivers played with a torn MCL, which is a hell of a lot worse than a torn MCL. I mean,
Was it ACL?
He had a torn ACL,
Yeah.
Philip Rivers,
Yeah.
which is a lot worse than a torn
Logan
MCL.
Mankins did too.
Didn't
Yeah.
He
No,
played the whole
and I know
season.
this is a little bit irrelevant because it's two different sports, but I mean, Kobe does a lot more running, and he played with a ruptured Achilles, and he
No,
kept
he-
trying to pull it back up.
He didn't play with a ruptured Achilles.
Yeah, he did. He had to come back and play for a little bit to get his free throws, and then he had to play one thing. Yeah.
He only had to shoot his free
Did he?
throw.
I saw him
only
play
had to
after that.
Because Clay Thompson did
Maybe
the
you're right.
exact same thing.
Because you
Oh,
could
yeah.
shoot a free throw without even
Yeah,
using your
because
Achilles.
if you get
That's hard.
if you get substituted in before shooting your free throws,
This was some half-court
and,
shot, Drew.
you weren't actually that hurt, then you can't come back into the game. So they needed to make sure that if they weren't really hurt, they shot those free throws.
Okay.
Because it happened with Clay Thompson, and that's why I knew that Kobe's was the same way.
Yeah.
But
I do remember Clay Thompson's.
Yeah.
Because that was more.
All right, guys.
recent, absolutely.
I'm gonna change topics on us.
No, of
Well,
course.
yeah.
What is? I'll start with the Eagles. Give me what happens now. What would you guys do? You guys are GM. What do you do?
You got to build up that defense and keep your offense going.
Yeah. I mean, you
I say you try and retain as many people as possible while like slowly upgrading the defense.
I mean,
They got they got
who-
what's his name? Who's the defensive lineman they just picked up? I can't think of his name. The guy's a beast.
Jordan Davis, the guy
Davis,
in the
yeah.
draft.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
He didn't explode like he will probably next year. He'll explode.
I don't think so. I mean,
He actually had a really good play in the Super Bowl.
Oh, sure, yeah. I mean, I
where he's going after Mahomes. He
Wh-
saved
wh-
that
what
whole
do-
drive, I think.
What are we saying? You say they need to build up their defense. They were the number one ranked defense in
No,
the
but
league.
aren't they going to lose Gardner Johnson? Some of these guys,
Yeah,
Sue.
yeah.
They're going to lose a
Yeah,
lot of
but
guys.
who cares
That's what
about
I was-
Sue? He was a mid for
He was
season
starting.
addition. I know, but he wasn't starting. He was a mid-season addition.
He was playing like
yeah,
70%
but
of the
Javon
Super Bowl.
Hargrave, Fletcher
the
Cox,
postseason.
Hassan Reddick,
Yep.
and Josh Sweat. Those are all their starting
Fletcher Cox
defensive
is good.
linemen.
So what would you say they need to do better
Yeah.
to
Huh?
finish it out? Because they couldn't win the game when it mattered.
No, I know. I'm just saying, but they were the number one defense in the league.
They need better
Like,
corner.
where-
They need a number one corner.
They played no good teams. Who did they play this year?
I know. I agree with that.
like they
Well, I think the Cowboys, for all their they actually were a pretty good team.
It's Dak Prescott. 1 week he's on fire. The next 3 weeks he
Well,
sucks and
that's
he's on
true.
fire again.
That offense was killing it, and that
They
defense
were
was
really
defense
good.
just
I
came
agree,
down a
but
little
like
bit.
to a degree, they're only good as how Dak decides to play
but
that day.
that's the thing. You only played the Cowboys.
That might be true twice.
Like yeah, I mean you only played them.
I'm looking up
you
their
played
schedule.
you played the Vikings like the second week I think of the
Frauds.
season, and the Vikings they weren't good.
Didn't they get hot like a little bit like closer to halfway point?
Who,
Vikings.
Vikings?
They were hot early.
Yeah.
No, they just weren't good all year. They were just
Their line pretty much got disintegrated by the end of the season.
Yeah,
and that came with it.
and they were winning games just barely.
And Jefferson was basically saving their whole season.
Absolutely.
All right, so it looks like they played the Commanders was their first game. No.
That's who beat them.
Sorry, they played Detroit, Vikings, Commanders.
Detroit came on late.
Jacksonville, Arizona, which Arizona they should have been good, but they weren't.
Jacksonville came on late.
Yep, Dallas Cowboys. Then
That
they
was
played-
when Dak Prescott was hurt.
Yep. Then they had a bye, and then they played Pittsburgh, Houston, Commanders, Colts, Green
Yeah,
Bay,
all shit.
Tennessee, New York Giants. That was a
They're not a
but
good-
they won that one 48-22.
And they beat them in the
Giants
they beat-
aren't a good.
and they
they're
beat them
not
in
a
the
good
playoffs.
team.
They
Yeah.
beat them in
Yeah.
the playoffs the game right after.
And then
so.
they played the
they played the
Bears.
Giants twice. They played them 3 times. this year.
Yeah, then they played the Bears, Dallas again. Then they played
All crap.
Yeah, New Orleans. Then Giants again. Then they played San Francisco, which
That's a good team,
I
obviously.
feel if they had a freaking quarterback,
San Francisco would have won that game.
San Francisco, if Brock Purdy didn't get hurt,
Absolutely.
or Garoppolo was there, I feel like one of those two guys would 100%. I mean, you have Christian McCaffrey throwing the ball now.
Absolutely.
Maybe, but that's a
No,
really good San
maybe
Francisco defense.
they were playing perfect.
That's a really
football.
good San. And I was very surprised how much harder the Chiefs made it than even the Eagles. The Eagles were able to go. The Eagles played easier against the San Francisco 49ers than they did against the Chiefs.
What do you mean they played easier?
Like, they were able to score easier. They were killing the 49ers.
What do you think? Their defense was the 49ers defense
Was on the field
exhausted
so much.
because they had no QB.
No, but even like the whole game, they were
You got
playing
Christian
great.
McCaffrey thrown into that open zone over there where no one's there.
No. Oh, no. Christian McCaffrey's completely.
You're talking about Jalen Hurts had 140 yards passing in the game against the 49ers, and they played better against them than they did against the Chiefs.
Both running backs played great that game too.
No, yeah, sure, absolutely. But again,
I'm not talking just Jalen Hurts. I'm just saying the offense moved way more efficient
They
in
didn't,
that
though.
game than the
They,
Chiefs
they
game,
probably
in my
had,
eyes.
They probably had 150 yet less yards against the 49ers than they did against the Chiefs.
I can't say whether I think the 49ers would have won that game because I just don't know. I mean, maybe. It's just their pass rush was which is crazy to me.
All right, here we go.
The Chiefs
How's
Chiefs
this?
line was better than the 49ers line against the Eagles defensive line.
How's this?
That confused you with that?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
So Jalen Hurts went 15 for 25 and 121 yards
121
in that
yards.
game. He had
Yeah.
0 touchdowns
One
and
interception.
0
Oh, I
interceptions.
thought he had the one interception. All right.
No interceptions.
Okay.
What was
And-
his rushes?
Uh-huh.
What was his rush yards too?
He had 39. Miles Sanders had 42 with 2 touchdowns.
Kenneth Gainwell
Jalen
had a
Hurts
lot.
had 39 with 1 touchdown. Boston Scott 1 touchdown. And
It's because they spread it.
they ran the ball.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
see, that's what happens when you're on the field, and then you go to the other side, and you got
And they were
Josh
playing-
Johnson for 74 yards for 6 of 13.
But he got a concussion.
Brock Purdy.
He was moving the ball actually.
Yeah. Well, he fumbled twice.
And then you got Brock Purdy,
Horrible
who
fumbles.
literally was perfect before he got hurt. He went 4 and 4 for 23 yards. Christian McCaffrey 0 for 1,
Yeah.
no yards. And then you got Christian McCaffrey 15 carries, 84 yards, 1 touchdown.
Yeah, Josh Johnson was moving the ball,
Yeah.
but then he fumbled it. You know, like I said, both times he was moving the ball.
Yeah, and I couldn't he just hit his head backwards on the turf, and I was like, I actually didn't know he had a concussion.
Yeah, he had a concussion.
But
Did you
I know
see
he took
Kittle
like
there?
that extra second.
Kittle asked Purdy, "Are you ambidextrous or whatever?"
Yeah.
He was like, "Can you throw with your other arm?" And Brock's like, "No."
I hated people saying, I saw this a lot, and again, it's I'm going to bring it up to Brady because all these people are comparing it with Brady. Oh, Brady played with the torn MCL and all this shit. Why couldn't Brock Purdy throw the ball? And I'm just sitting there thinking, like does your fucking
He
leg
wouldn't have an arm
Is he having
anymore.
Tommy John surgery?
He's having Tommy John surgery.
Yeah.
But I'm like, does your leg have anything to fucking do with throwing the fucking
No,
ball?
that's completely different.
Yeah,
Completely different.
But when I was seeing people say that shit, I was like, this is fucking nonsense.
It's a better comparison for like Josh Allen because he had pretty much almost the same injury.
No, he didn't. Because Brock Purdy's is a completely torn UCL.
No, yes,
Josh
I know.
Allen's is partially,
Partially torn.
Yeah, which is
No, I know. That's
yeah.
why I was saying it's the closest.
You know,
comparison.
Yeah,
you know what I don't
absolutely.
understand? Why didn't they have Debo throwing the ball? I feel like Debo could have done that.
I have no
I mean,
idea.
Debo runs it. He catches
does
They
it.
had him last year throwing it
Did he?
before Christian McCaffrey got there. Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe so. There was a couple plays.
for trick plays. Right?
Yeah, trick plays, but still, you use a guy who's a wide receiver who takes your start, which it's nice because it takes a lot of pressure off McCaffrey now.
You know why they had McCaffrey doing it though? McCaffrey's a Stanford guy. He's super smart. They say he knows the offense better than everyone. He's just he's a jack of all trades. You can tell he's just a super smart
Yeah,
guy.
I felt like they could have schemed a little bit better maybe with Debo and McCaffrey, though, is kind of what I'm saying. But, I mean, at the same time, I feel like they should have freaking replayed this game, pick up some bum off the wire that can at least throw the ball.
Well, they got rid of the third quarterback.
Huh?
That's the issue.
The NFL got rid of the third quarterback, which is the problem.
Yeah, which is a huge issue.
Yeah.
Would anyone bat an eye if you just had an extra quarterback on?
No.
Who gives a
No.
shit?
No, I don't.
He's going to sit on the
And how about
bench
this?
90%
How
of the
about you
time.
allow them to have a 54th guy and just only if the other two get hurt?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that sound fine?
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
Like that seems pretty easy to me. No one would anyone say no to that?
No.
I doubt it.
And then everyone's going to go back. Like, this, honestly, I feel like
You can't fake an injury, you'll
49ers
get-
should have won this game. They were playing better football than the Eagles were.
The 49ers would have won that game.
When they got Christian McCaffrey, they were playing perfect football. Literally, because they had a running back now. They had a QB now. George Kittle was getting involved. Debo was getting involved. Ayuk played out of his mind this year.
Mm-hmm.
You
Hey,
know?
what'd you guys think of Shanahan when they were asked if Garoppolo would be on the team?
Yeah,
He
he'll
was like-
probably be back with New England.
They just said not a chance.
Yeah, not a chance.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You have a young kid like Brock
Yeah.
Purdy who
Hey,
came in slinging.
off topic. Where do you think he goes?
New England.
No, he's not going to New
No,
England.
No.
I think he's going to the Jets.
Carolina.
I was gonna say Carolina or the
Imagine,
Saints.
hey, imagine if he goes to no, call me crazy. I know that they're already fixed to Denver with Russell Wilson, but imagine if they just like somehow signed him.
Russell Wilson
to
might not
Denver.
be able to play next year.
Why?
He's under investigation. They found out that his charity only spent like 24.3 cents per dollar out of his charity per like all the money he made or whatever. So now he's under a huge investigation. And then they came out with
Get those figures. This is all reported, right, Drew?
yeah, no, this is all reported.
Yeah.
And then you can and then also there was also a video of Sean Payton and them asking, Russell Wilson has his own, trainer that's not on your like coaching
Yeah.
staff, and Sean Payton goes, that doesn't happen here anymore.
Yeah. It's
So-
kind of like the Tom Brady with, what's his name?
Alex Guerrero.
Alex Guerrero.
Yeah.
Brady, but Brady basically, when he did it, he basically said like, hey, if you want me, this all comes with me. Like, hey, if you want me, Alex comes with me, or I'm not going to you. Like, I'm sure they had all
What are you
that
talking about?
pre-planned. With Alex Guerrero.
Not with the Patriots. Bill didn't allow
Yeah.
Alex Guerrero into the building.
Yeah. So no.
If he went to Alex Guerrero, it was off of the Patriots.
Correct.
Compared to Russell Wilson that had his guys coming into...
No, I know that. I'm
Yeah.
saying,
And
in this case, Sean Payton's coming in.
Yeah.
Wilson's already been signed.
Yeah.
But in the Brady case, even Kraft, I guess it was reported that Kraft had said, because they tried to get Alex Guerrero completely off, and he was doing. That's why in Tom vs. Time, he was actually getting his massages inside like the press box in one of the boxes up there. But they did that on purpose, I guess. And then I guess I don't know. Kraft had allowed him to be around at least a little bit, like they had kind of like a talk or something like that.
And as they should, because, as we all know, Alex Guerrero is tied to steroids in the MLB. So as he should
I
not
have no
be.
idea about that.
Oh, okay. Well, he should be.
I do know he has like like concussion water, all that bullshit.
Yeah,
I could care less
he's
to be
a
honest.
fucking
With you.
fraud.
As long as to me, it was just like in my eyes, he's like Brady's fucking massage therapist.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I could care
But
less.
I'm just saying, but that's the reason why, like, the Patriots would not wanna
Yeah.
have this guy.
So
The optics of him being.
I mean, I've heard you're a big who's the punter for the Colts? McAfee.
McAfee, I love
So you're a
that
big McAfee
Yeah.
fan, right? So even in his, he was saying that Vinatieri had done TB12, and he was he loved the TB12 stuff, and or at least that before it became TB12 is the same kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And he had paid for McAfee. Did you hear about this?
Yeah.
He had paid for McAfee to do the TB12 once,
Okay.
and he was talking about how painful it was.
Yeah.
Because the guy's like putting like literally like so much pressure into all his bones and his muscles and
Wow.
like putting like elbows and extra stuff. And he said, what did he say? There was like a board on his shin, and he was just like, oh, this is like too much. And he was basically, but anyways, all that shit.
let's go just a hair more off topic. You think Brady goes to Denver
I think
with
he's
Sean
done,
Payton?
dude. I think he's done.
Sean Payton's recruiting him.
No, he's done.
No, he's done.
You think so?
Yeah, he's
Totally
done.
You,
I think it's because of his kids. Like
he signed the papers too. That makes him.
You
you see what
eligible.
JJ Watt said about that?
What do you say?
He goes, I didn't know there was paperwork involved, but I'm not doing that, and I'm definitely retired.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, JJ Watt will have to sign the papers if he wants to become eligible for the Hall of Fame.
Oh, is that what that is?
I don't. I was
Yeah.
wondering about that. I thought it
I
was
didn't
just.
know that.
I thought it was just for insurance purposes.
Yeah,
He's
that's
got
what I.
money.
That's
Yeah,
what
but
I
then,
thought.
But then you have to become eligible for a Hall of Fame. Because then you're
Oh,
part of the.
his agent or someone will
Then
probably
you're
do
part
it.
of the like the union for the players that are retired.
I know what you
because
mean.
It's
I
not the
wonder if
same
that's-
union
does that
for the
really matter,
players, huh?
Does
Of
that
course
really
it
matter?
matters. Of
Who
course
else?
it
Who
matters.
else retired this year?
Him,
JJ Watt,
Watt,
him,
Brady,
actually, someone for the
AJ Green,
AJ Green.
AJ Green did. That's what I was thinking. Yep.
2 Cardinals, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
Is Kelsey, Jason Kelsey, gonna retire?
No,
I don't think so.
No, he said he's not.
Did he say he's not already?
I'm
Okay.
pretty sure he did.
That's good.
He said
I would
me
hate for him
crying
to
at
go
the
out
end
like that.
wasn't like me crying because it was the end or it was retirement. They were tears of joy.
Yeah.
He's legendary, man. He's allowed 18 sacks in like however
entire
long he's
career.
played,
Yeah.
like
You're
in
a
his
big fan,
entire
man.
career.
Yeah.
Like you gotta be a.
He's gonna get a Super Bowl too.
Yeah, he has a Super Bowl.
No, yeah, he does. Yeah,
With Foles.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's one of the best centers ever.
he's humble too. He's very humble.
Again, I mean, I think centers are like the most disposable position on the offensive line anyway.
But he makes it look like you need a good center.
Patriots basically put like Ryan Wendell. And
No,
then they'll, like,
because-
scoot everyone
because
in.
Put
Jason-
Walmart employees in
Because
wherever they
because
go.
Jason
Stork.
Kelsey even came out and said that
You always say that.
the center is the most easy
I think it's a
position
very
to replace.
I think it's a very cerebral position. You can be undersized at that position.
Sure.
As long as you know technique, you're okay.
Sure.
But it's very cerebral. Like so a lot of those guys are calling the protections for the line. They're but you have to know whether you're shifting. You have to
Yeah.
call out the shifts, everything.
No, absolutely. Some of them do it. A lot of times it's just the quarterback that does it too.
See, like where it gets tough is when you're going against some of the elite guys. You want to have a good center. So you're going against Aaron Donald. You can't get beat.
No, yeah, I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm just.
Sue,
I'm
these
not.
guys,
I'm
you
not
know?
denying any of that. I'm just saying that like, when like one of the best centers ever
I
comes
feel
out
like
and
guard's
says,
easier.
huh? No,
feel
I'm just going by when one of the best centers ever comes out and says that it's the easiest position on the offensive line. Then I'm going to take his word for it.
Yeah. Everyone has to really shift towards whatever he's doing.
Yeah, I mean,
So
but I want to go to.
Let's go to Mahomes.
I was about to say that. I
Okay,
wanted to
go
go to Mahomes. If people are saying that he is now the greatest quarterback ever,
he has more titles than Brady did at his age. More yards, more everything.
No, he doesn't
No,
have
he doesn't.
more
They
titles.
have the same.
At his age?
He's actually
No.
I'm saying when Brady was the same age.
When Brady was 27, he had 4 Super Bowl titles.
no 3.
2.
No, he did have 2. He actually had the same amount
He had
because
2.
he won in 01.
He had the same
He was
amount.
23 in 01.
Okay, so he was 25 in 03 and 26 in 04.
He was the youngest quarterback before Ben Roethlisberger's to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah. So he was 23 in 01, 24 in 02, 25 in 03, 26 in
so
04.
you're right. He had 3.
Right here. Right here. I got this. It says, at age 27, Mahomes has 2 rings, 5 Pro Bowls, 2 Super Bowl MVPs, 192 touchdowns, 2 MVPs, 49 interceptions, 1 Offensive Player of the Year, and then it says that he had
2 MVPs.
24K yards and 2 first. And then Brady had 2 rings, 2 Pro Bowls, 2 Super Bowl MVPs, 97 touchdowns, and 13,000 yards and 52 interceptions.
Yeah. Yeah, he
At the
has,
age of 27.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think
Okay,
Mahomes
so
is
he
going to
only
be better
had-
than Brady. I think he actually could.
I don't know if that's. I don't know. Only because I don't think Mahomes will play as long.
I'm
as
not
Brady.
saying he couldn't be,
Yeah.
but to
It's
say that he is now
No,
better
that's
than Brady
crazy
at
talk,
this
dude.
point.
He's not
No.
even past Joe Montana.
Stats wise and athletic wise, he's
Yeah.
much better than Brady ever was.
But
Who
we're
cares?
not talking about. I don't care about your stats wise.
Yeah.
And I mean that's like
He's been in the AFC Championship game
But Drew,
every
Drew,
single
Drew.
year.
You gotta listen. All right, think about this.
Hold on, Tom Brady was
Every other year, Brady is
in the
winning
Super Bowl every other year.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I understand that.
So I mean, you're not. I mean,
You know what else you
as
could
much as
say?
I'm not a big fan of Tom Brady right now, I was a very big fan of Tom Brady.
No, I was too.
In the
I was
beginning of
too.
his career. No,
Also,
I just,
also, this is what you got to do. A lot of those stats, it was a different NFL. They didn't.
I don't care.
Oh, I don't wanna
different
hear that.
NFL
I don't
part
wanna hear
does
different
not matter
NFL.
because they're all
No way.
different in the NFL. And guess what? Those were the players back then too. So even if there are more athletic guys now, you're playing against the talent that there is. There's no difference between
No,
what it
but you
was
can't.
then.
No, but it's way more of an offensive league because of fantasy football.
What is that?
No, but
I
they're
don't
talking
think any-
touchdown counts. It's like, well, come on. Well, the defense was way harder like back then.
Okay.
You could actually hit guys. I mean,
Okay.
Marvin Harrison. They changed all the rules, and then Brady got him to change all the quarterback rules.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm trying to say. So but they're calling up all these.
Okay. Touchdowns were the lowest that they've been in how long this
like
year?
10 years since 2010.
Yeah. So again,
But everything boomed. Everything boomed to me in like 07.
when they didn't have
Post
all these
08, I'm
rules.
sorry.
When they didn't have all these rules.
I think it was the you might even be able to look this up. It was like the lowest since 2010.
You know,
but-
because Peyton Manning had his 48 touchdowns before they put all
They-
these rules in place.
and they put a lot of that on the
you know,
they put a lot of that on bad football due to the union basically ruling out most of practice time.
Let me
'Cause
say
they only
this.
practice like half.
Hold
the
on,
time
let
they
me
used
say
to.
this. I feel that yes, you can't say let me retract a little bit. I feel like you can't say Mahomes is better than Brady right now. Mm-hmm. Stats wise, at the same age Brady was, maybe you could say that, but who
You might be
cares
able to
about
say-
that,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
No,
if
I
you
would
look
be
at
okay
it,
with
they
that.
kind of have the same thing. Brady had, when he got Gronk, they became a dynamic duo.
Yeah.
Him and Kelsey, and I hate to say this
They're
because I
the
love
greatest
Gronk.
quarterback tight end duo ever.
I think I think Travis Kelce could literally outdo Gronk, and I don't like to say that, but he's a stud out there.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get hurt.
He's already getting him on like a lot of the numbers. I mean, I don't think he's more talented than Gronk.
Oh, he has to be.
But
I
he
think
definitely is more durable and plays a different.
But see, that's the thing. Half the time you didn't have Gronk. Yeah, you had him in games that mattered, but where was he all season long? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no,
but
I mean,
even
he
in
kicked
games
ass
that
all
matter,
season
he
long.
didn't really matter because like Super Bowl against the Falcons, no Gronk.
Yeah,
There wasn't
correct.
We had the
There wasn't a Gronk that game.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It was Martellus Bennett.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Even in games where they had to come back from a 25-point deficit in the second half,
Correct.
Gronk wasn't important.
Well,
Correct.
they couldn't have him, but
But,
yeah,
but
I
no,
understand.
but we didn't need him.
If you know who you had in that game. I mean, Martellus Bennett was pretty good back then. He even had a great year. He
was at the end of his freaking rope.
Okay.
If you watch
And
that
we
game,
know you're
he
gonna-
gets the call at
We
the
know you're
end.
going
He
to go
had
to they had
multiple
Julian
catches.
Edelman in that game, Danny Amendola.
I was just gonna
We're
say
not talking about that. We're
James
we're
White
talking
was
about
amazing in
Travis
that
Kelce
game.
versus Gronk. We're not talking about James White.
Okay, so here's
That's
what I
we're
say.
talking about.
Gronk blocked. Travis Kelce doesn't block.
Yes,
for
he
shit.
does.
Kelce does block.
He sucks at
He
blocking.
doesn't suck at blocking.
No,
He's
he
horrendous.
He's not as good at Gronk.
What are you
But he
talking
doesn't
about?
suck at blocking.
No, he's nowhere near.
Listen, I love the